So here we have a nice fun combination of a couple rules. We got powers being raised to powers, we got things being multiplied together, and my advice here is just take it one step at a time. Deal with the most powerful thing first. Most powerful thing, what do I mean by that? Well, you guys learned this, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, a long time ago. And what you maybe didn't realize is that when we taught you this, it's because these come before multiplication and division because they're stronger. This comes before addition and subtraction because it's stronger than addition and subtraction. So as we go up the order of operations, these operations get stronger. But then sometimes we want you to deal with a weaker operation first, so we put parentheses around it. That's why this always kind of supersedes things, actually. Or another way to look at it is just to say, I've got these parentheses here, I got to deal with those first. And the parentheses are here because of the cubed, these parentheses are here because of that cubed. So let's deal with that first. So we're going to treat it like one little, let's focus just on this. I'll deal with this and this cubed. This cubed will be distributed to the inside. Technically this is like a -1, so I guess I have a -1 to the third power. Y to the, this is a power to a power, so those get multiplied together. And then z cubed, power to a power, the 3 and the 3 get multiplied together, z to the 9th. I will point out very quickly that -1 to the third is -1 times -1 times -1 is just -1. So I usually won't write the 1, I'll just put negative y12 z to the 9th. So I've gotten rid of these parentheses successfully, and I'm going to put this aside for now, and I'll deal with these parentheses next. It's the same idea. This cubed gets applied to everybody inside, so I'll have a 2 to the third, a y squared to the third, a z squared to the third. So if I have a 2 to the third, I have to actually do that calculation. For this y squared to the third, I can multiply these powers together. 2 times 3 makes 6. For z squared to the third, I can multiply these powers together and have z to the 6th. Oh, I'm glad I have this little ladder here. Because in problems like this, it's very easy to start to get confused about what rule to apply. That's where I would remind myself that whatever I'm being asked to do, if I'm working with the exponents, I do the thing less. So if I were looking at this and I'm like, oh golly gosh, I can't remember if I'm supposed to go 2 times 3 or 2 plus 3. Well, I'd say to myself, hey, these are exponents, but I'm working with exponents. So since I'm being asked to exponentiate with exponents, I'm going to do one thing lower in the order of operations. I'm going to multiply them together. As I go on with this problem, so let's see, I'll come back to that. 2 to the third is 8, y to the 6th, z to the 6th. So as I move forward with this problem, now I've got a multiplication going on. So now I'm saying, okay, if I'm multiplying things, but I'm working with the exponents, what I'll do with the exponents is I'll add them instead. Because when you're working with the exponents, whatever you're being asked to do, you do the one thing lower. So, -1 times 8 is just -8. If I have y to the 12th times y to the 6th, I'm being asked to multiply, but I'm dealing with exponents, so I'll actually just add them. 12 plus 6 is 18. And then z to the 9th times z to the 6th, I'm being asked to multiply them, so I'll add them, z to the 15th. That's my final answer. So we got two things going on here. We got this idea of like relying on this, doing one thing lower in the order of operations when dealing with exponents to think about, so you're doing the right thing at the right time. And we also have this idea of like taking a problem like this and breaking it down into one problem, simplify this, two problems, simplify that, and like kind of a third problem, multiply those two things together. So if you just take it a step at a time, it won't be too bad. And the only thing to do is just to practice, and just really think about what you're doing. So good luck.